Welcome to the episode 4 of the Google Empower Hour. And today we're going to be talking about blogs and Search Console. So I'm really excited to share some of this information with you because it might be an area in which you're avoiding in your business. Blogs can take time. You need to write them, then optimize them, obviously, with some components I'll talk about today, as well as schedule them out. And we'll talk about the ideal schedule for how often you should be posting. And then what is Search Console? It is a tool from Google that you're going to love once you start diving into your SEO strategy. You're going to see some really cool data to help you motivate your SEO strategy and continue to create more content through blogs and maybe even considering videos. So let's dive in. Welcome. I am so happy that everyone is here and anyone that is watching it recording. This is going to be out there for anyone to watch it or rewatch in the future. We have this event every month, and you can feel free to invite anyone else to this community. The focus is to share the Google tools and Google secrets from what I do for my clients to help you master Google for yourself and start seeing new business from Google and high quality new customers at that. So about me, I want to share, I'm Kelsey, also known as KaeRae. I am the CEO of KaeRae Marketing, and I've been Google certified since 2014. I focus on everything Google, from SEO to Google Ads to any of the Google tools. If you have problems with your Google Drive, Google Calendar, anything that you need support in that realm, I am here to help. I'm currently located in Rochester, New York, and having a beautiful summer day. I offer the SEO and Google Ads management services, and you can find out more on my website, kaeraemarketing.com. And I have developed two digital courses. If you are part of the community and watching this, you'll be able to have access to those. They are about Google Business and SEO. Both of them are around 2 hours and are definitely going deep into what you need to know, but kept simplified so that it is easy for you to catch on. And these are meant for people that don't consider themselves tech savvy, so they are step by step guides. And of course, the community that is built for small business owners to learn about Google. Feel free to invite anyone else on your team that's a part of your business that you may be delegating some of these tasks to so that they can gain the knowledge and do it effectively for your business. So you may hear me say content strategy or content quite a bit of times during this, and you may have heard it when we talked about SEO. Being able to create content for your business is going to give Google and your audience more information about what you do and how you can help them. So, content is any type of material, digital or printed, that is a message to elaborate on what your business does and offers. And so you may already have a bunch of content from your social media strategy. Even content on your website can be text, digital photos or videos, business cards, any of these things that represent your business to give out information about what you do. Now, where should your content be? And the first and foremost is your website. You're going to have you're going to want to have all of your content as a central hub there. And this is going to help understand your services, your products, your reputation, your education in sense of sharing your expertise and knowledge with your audience. Google will use this content to understand more of what you should be ranking for on their Google search. So when someone searches for a specific service or a problem that will result in needing a service, Google can connect those dots based on the information you have on your website. So if you have a very basic website, maybe 1 to 2 pages and less than 100 words on each of those pages, you may not be giving Google enough information to learn about your business to better represent you on a Google search. So the more information you provide Google, the better you can rank, and the more information you provide your audience, the quicker they can trust you and start converting into customers. So here's a list of places that you want to use as a checklist to share your content on. Number one, your website. Number two, as a blog post. So when I say on your website, that can be on a services page or about page or anywhere that will share that message. The blog post will be something specific. If it is explaining a specific question or going deep into a strategy that you use or even theory or ideal uh, promotion for your business. You can also create a YouTube video from that same idea. So we're really just looking to take a piece of content, meaning an idea, a topic about your business, and sharing them in all of these places so that your content can be stretched and most useful and be found in so many different places. The next thing is uploading photos and videos as well as creating an update or post on your Google Business platform. So being able to be found locally, this is the profile that will be able to get you found, but you want to keep it updated. So as often as you're posting on your social media, you should be connecting with your audience on Google Business. And I have a whole course and a free workshop that discuss Google Business. And then, of course, social media. This may be your focus in your content strategy, but as you can see, I listed four other places that you should focus on even before your social media. So you may have the content already created from here. Now just go back and share it into these areas, and you'll be able to start seeing a more expansive reach of your business on Google. So topics of content. So these are the easiest way for you to start thinking about what should I write about in my blog? What should I create a video about? What do my audience want to know? The first thing is your knowledge. Sharing your knowledge with your customers and what they need to know to be able to understand your business and have a good experience with your business. So if you've been in business for, say, 25 years, share what you've learned, share those tips, share all of the things that people want to know to trust that you do know what you're doing. Being able to experience your knowledge as you're the expert makes people a lot more likely to convert into customers at a quicker pace because they know that you have them. They know that you are someone that's going to take care of them with whatever situation or confusion that they're under. So being able to explain and share your knowledge will give a very high level of trust with your content. The next thing is your process. Being able to explain what your customers can expect when they actually start working with you is going to be huge because a lot of people may be too unsure that the process will be simple or that they won't have to do much. They'll avoid working with someone. So if the process is laid out and is simplified and it makes them feel more comfortable knowing what they can expect, they're going to be able to dive in and contact you right away. Being able to have trust in you and trust that they're going to be taken care of in a simplified and not stressful way is really important for your business brand and experience. Next is your keywords. I have an exercise called Discover Your Keywords if you aren't sure of what your keywords are, but this is going to be an area that is going to be expansive. You should have a list of at least 20 keywords once you're done with that exercise. But as you continue to think about your keywords on a day-to-day basis, you'll realize that there's a lot more questions and topics that people are looking to understand before being able to sign on with your business. So using your keyword list as specific topics or questions or just areas in which people might search on Google will allow you to create content that's actually going to get you found on Google because it's going to be relevant to the user's search. So if you have questions about keywords and want help in that area, feel free to reach out to me or check out the Discover Your Keywords exercise. Lastly, questions which can be done in the keyword research. It is going to be the huge area of rich and expansion for your content if you pay attention to the questions that people ask as soon as they call you or as soon as they start working with you. Having a list of questions that customers ask is going to give you a great area of content to be able to write a blog post or create a video. And then once you have that video, you can actually send it to them as soon as they've contacted you or signed up. You can give them processes to make it easier for them to know what to do. If you have a lot of text, people may not read it. A video is a lot easier for someone to know what's going on and obtain that information for later. So, answering your questions in blog and video form is going to be a great way to stretch these topics into more content. Content creation. So this is the fun part. This is really creating what you want your audience to know because they actually want to know you. They want to know who's behind the scenes, who's the master behind this idea and concept of your business. So being able to be authentic and capture your business as the way it is going to be the best way for people to connect and feel loyal to becoming customers for you. So I have a couple of tips on how you can start capturing some content and trying to work it into your process. So we want this to not be strenuous on your schedule because you may already be very busy with your business. So we don't want to add another task that you will dread or procrastinate because we want to have a consistent strategy. So we need to create content on a consistent schedule. So, some tips: capture content daily, take photos and videos at every job. So, if you actually go to a job, to a customer's house, or sell a product to someone, you want to have photos as often as you possibly can with the engagement. So, you don't need your customers in the photo, but showing what job you did or completed, before and after photos, videos. This can even go into testimonial videos. Trying to capture what is happening in your business in real time allows you to create a bank of photos and videos that you can then pull from to create content on your strategy. You can also schedule a professional photographer to take high quality photos for your website. So, if you've used stock photos, you may want to consider scheduling an appointment with someone to get better in real, authentic photos of your business. If you've ever gone to my website, all of those photos are of me, and it really connects me to my brand and being able to show off the high quality expectation that I have for my business and what I have for following through. So, having professional photos of you in action, you with your logo, your gear, your team, your truck, all of these things really hone in on the experience of your business. So, I often do it once a quarter, so you can really kind of use a schedule to expect when someone might come on the job with you or just take new team photos. If you work at home, you can certainly set up different camera angles to capture you working on your computer, working on your desk, or anything like that to be creative. Writing a blog post and video script for the same topic. This is really great because it allows you to short the amount of time or tasks that you need to do. You can write one topic, but you're going to write a blog post and then use that blog post to create a script. So even simplifying the blog post will be excellent. A recommendation for videos is between 1 to 3 minutes. Once you go above that, you really need to have an in-depth concept and almost an agenda in the beginning of the video for someone to know what they can expect from a longer video. When we're talking social media or YouTube shorts, you're going to want to have them under 60 seconds. The attention span on those platforms are shorter, so we want to be able to still get them through the entire video and get all of the information you're trying to share. Write a blog post at a minimum of one per month. This is a great place to start. That means you need to write 12 blog posts per year. That's definitely something that you can work out to bulk write 3 or 4 every quarter. Getting yourself ahead and scheduling out your blog posts and even YouTube videos is going to be an excellent way for your content to be consistent. Now, if you're already feeling overwhelmed, that's okay. There's definitely people out there that have the skills and the excitement to take care of these tasks for you. So, besides creating the content on a day to day basis, you do need to take photos and videos of your job so that it is for your business. We don't want to use stock photos because people can tell. But when it comes to writing blog posts or video scripts, you can definitely rely on a copywriter. And if you want, I have a couple that are excellent at what they do, and they can be connected with your business and see if it's a good fit. Feel free to reach out to me on the community, send me a message, post a feed post, or you can reach out to me at my email. Welcome at KaeRaeMarketing.com. So once you've created your content, we want to optimize your content while posting it. So as you're starting to put it onto your website, your blog post, you're gonna schedule it and so that you can be consistent. But you want to make sure you go through some of these aspects so that it is fully optimized for what Google is looking for. And so what do I mean by optimize your content? It's going to be so important not to skip this step, even if it seems complicated, because if we don't set up the proper keywords for this content, it may not be seen. And so then we would be creating content for no one. It would just be locked on your website. We want to make sure Google knows that it's there so that it can be promoted into searches so that your audience knows it's there. A couple of other ways that you can do intentional sharing of your content is to post it on your social media when you have a brand new blog post or YouTube video, as well as in email newsletters, making sure to share that you have updated stuff on your page. So within your audience, you can share this stuff, but what we're talking about is expanding your audience to finding resources on your site as a blog and getting the answer to their question, which we would like to eventually capture them as a customer. So, optimizing your blog. Your page tags is in the category of your SEO. Writing a title tag and a meta description for each of your blog posts is going to be very important. Making sure that this is engaging and including a focus keyword. These are the information tags that show on Google search. So you want to make sure that it is optimized. Sometimes this step is skipped. Next, we want to make sure a keyword is in the copy of the page. So when you write a blog post, it can be about a page long, digitally typed up, and then you want to make sure that you're incorporating your keyword. So each blog post has its own focus keyword. Once you've selected that keyword, you want to make sure that it's actually written in the blog post 2 to 3 times throughout the whole page. Next, incorporating images, if they're yours or if they're stocks, we want to update the alt tag to be your focus keyword. All of this information about how to optimize a page is in the WTF is SEO course that is available within the community. So if you are overwhelmed with how to do this and how they should be formatted, that course goes through all of the details in which you need to know on optimizing regular pages as well as blog posts. The next thing is backlinks. So we've all seen this. You can see like if these are underlined, that means that there may be a link attached to it on most websites. Backlinking is very helpful to continue users onto other pages on your website and really formatting them to go down the funnel and become a customer. So when you set up a backlink, it can be either internal or external. Internal means that it's going to another page within your website, and external means that it's going to another website. And that can be either to cite or source a resource that you are talking about in the blog post. And lastly, at the base of this blog post, you want to have a call to action. You want to make sure that you are telling the reader that there is some action to have. And so if you're writing about a DIY situation that will solve a problem for someone, let them know that you are also available to offer a service to solve their problem. If they don't know that you offer that service, they may just think that it's a blog post that's giving information. So be sure to really tie it out with an action that they can contact you, call you, book a call, subscribe, purchase, whatever it may be for you. Now, the main goal of your content is to be relevant and helpful. And you want to use Google's EAT guidelines to help you when you're creating your content, focusing on experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So, making sure that you're creating content that is indeed going to help answer someone's question when they're asking Google is going to be the best way that you can rank and top over your competitors. So, I mentioned a consistent schedule. This is so important. Almost, it's essential. And so I always tell people this, we don't want to ghost Google or our audience. So if you start scheduling posts on your website for your blog posts or on Google Business, and you're doing this every week, every other week, every month, whatever the schedule is for you, and then you stop, Google is going to assume that you may have gone out of business, you're no longer reliable and not trustworthy. So what we want to do is really commit to knowing if I'm going to do this for 6 months or 12 months, or honestly, you should be going forever, but making a strategy of when you're going to do this schedule is going to be really important. So picking that blog post once a month, how many blog posts can you write so that you can be even farther ahead in your schedule to not let Google down? The next thing is you want to have one YouTube video per month. We're going to be talking about YouTube in our next episode. And then the one post on Google Business. You can do this every week. You don't want to overload it. It's not as often as social media, but it can be considered a social media platform. And it's honestly going to be more effective for your SEO strategy and for your local SEO so that you can get more customers. And this is something I often like to ask is if you're focusing so much on social media, how much business are you generating from social media? If you generate most of your business from Google, it's going to be more effective to spend more time focusing on a blog post that Google notices, a video that YouTube notices, which is also Google, and then a post on your Google business profile. These are going to be more effective in actually generating new leads and new customers, which lead to revenue. And so I often want to bring that to someone's attention if they're delegating or even spending hours a week on social media but not generating leads from there. We want to reevaluate that strategy. You can still be active, just limit the amount of time you commit to that strategy if it's not returning in areas that will be helpful for your business growth. Now, I'm not telling you to recreate anything new. We are going to take anything that you're using on your social media and we're going to move and repurpose it onto a blog post, which you can expand, a YouTube video, as well as anything that you may be wanting to share on your website. Being able to repurpose and spread out the content is the ultimate goal to not make this harder for you, but to really make it more effective for your growth. And as I've said multiple times, bulk content creation is a great way to stay consistent, and you can schedule out and you can find tools that will make this a lot easier. Now, if you have a slow season, utilize it to create your content. That's going to be the best way to take advantage of times that may feel a bit anxiety like because you're like, what am I doing with my time? What can I do? Have this list of content that you wanted to create when you were busy. You might have gotten ideas when you were busy of questions from customers. Have that list of ideas ready to go. And as soon as you have a slow time, obviously take a break. But when you are ready and you are motivated, you might have a lot more energy during a slow time to create this content with more intention. Search Console. This is a free tool that Google offers to index your website and see where it ranks for what keyword and what page and even what area. And so I want to walk you through a bit of the back end of this tool so that you can feel a little more confident when you have set it up. Within the WTF is SEO course, you'll be able to index your website and set up the sitemap and all of the necessary things. But I want to show you a couple of, once you've gotten it verified with the code on your site, what it looks like and what you would want to be looking for. So let me just uh, change my screen share. So this is Search Console for one of my clients, and this is under the Performance tab. You'll see search results or performance insights. This name can be changed in different accounts. So what we're looking at is the insights of the performance of the website over the last 12 months. When you get in here, you can click on date and change this to any of the date frames that you would like. I often like to go at the biggest size of data as possible, but if you just index your website, you might not have enough data to actually see a trend. So I suggest that you wait about 2 months, check back in, and then you can change this date frame. And so recently we made a bunch of edits to the SEO strategy of this website in the beginning of the year. And so you can see that we're already starting to see a huge trend upward of the total clicks and total impressions. And impressions are the number of times that your website has been seen. Now, when I say seen, that doesn't mean by seen by a person, it is just ranked in a search. And then you can see average CTR, which is the click-through rate, and then average position. If you select these checked boxes, it will add them to the line graph, but more importantly, it will add the data below. These are not here originally until you check those boxes. And so what we want to do is sort them by impressions to see how many have the most views, but not enough clicks. And the reason there's not enough clicks is you can see the position is simply too high. The goal is to have a position of 1. The essential second goal is to have it less than 10, meaning that you're on the first page. So when you are creating content and you have Search Console indexed, you're going to have an idea of what keywords have some low-hanging fruit. And so if you sort them by impressions and you see the position is above 10, start focusing on those keywords to start generating content for them. Keep going through the list and make a list for yourself on what you should be talking about as one of the search queries or keywords for your content. You can also go under the indexing tab and look at pages. This is where you will see any issues that might happen within your website and connecting with Google. So once you're indexed with Google, that means they're going to crawl every page of your site to see all the content, what your page tags are, keywords, everything. And this is where they will give you suggestions of pages that are not performing or that are having an issue or are duplicated. Honestly, the biggest focus that I want to share with you is the 404 not found. So if you find that you have a list of 404 pages, that means that your website is not able to connect to that page. And so what we're going to do is click this little arrow and it will open up an example. And Google usually is not wrong, but you can test this every time if you'd like, or just see that it is a 404 error. So that means that the page was either disabled, so it's just in a draft mode that's hidden from the page, or it was removed, deleted. So what we want to do is we want to limit the number of 404 pages that our website has in Search Console. You're going to come in here and click this um, little icon. It's going to copy. And then we're going to go over to removals and then click new request and paste that in here. We're going to only remove this URL and click next. And then you'll see that it's going to be blocked for up to 6 months. Submit request. Now what this is going to do is remove that page from Google search. And the reason we want that to happen is because we don't want any of these 404 pages to be listed in a Google search for someone to accidentally go to and find that they didn't get the information they were looking for. That can then damage your website and brand. And so what we want to do is just clean this up and go through manually and remove each of the pages that are 404. This cannot be done in a bulk way. So if you want to delegate this task, feel free to do so. Once you've removed all the 404 pages, this is going to be much better for your ranking because they do count against you that you don't have a cleaned up site. And so it's not that you need to do anything on your website. We just need Google to know this website page is not available. Please don't put it out there and damage our ranking. So we're communicating directly with Google on what pages we do want to index and which ones we don't. To index a page, and say you've gone into your website and you've created an update. for a product. You've added a new photo, you've added SEO tags, you've really kind of optimized it. And you want Google to notice. And so you can go to the page in which you've optimized. You can, however it was optimized, you just want Google to notice. You're going to copy it. And then at the very top, inspect the URL and then press enter. Once you've done this, you will see that sometimes there's some errors. How can you correct those errors? What we can do. And once you have corrected them, you can go into request indexing. Once this is done, you'll see that it has been indexed, and then you can go ahead and go on to the next one. You will be limited that you can only index 10 pages per day. So if you have a lot of new changes, you will have to spread out the indexing. If you don't want to index manually, that's totally okay. It will be done, but it may take up to 7 or 14 days for Google to detect the new page. Now, before we move back into the presentation and closing out, I wanted to share with you my blog post. This is how I format my blog, and this can be very helpful for you to motivate yourself for dedicating time and resources to creating a blog. This is where I host a lot of information. If you haven't subscribed to the blog, definitely do so by going to KaeRaeMarketing.com/learn about Google. And you can click on any of these blog posts. You can also see that there's a couple of categories to help narrow down maybe finding some answers for your business. But I have been writing one per week for at least a year. I also have videos that will be connected to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed there, you can also do so. But you can see that the difference in how much content that I can have hosted on my blog post is very helpful for my SEO. So that's just an example for you. And let's get back to close this out. Okay, so episode 5 is going to be on August 20th, same time, 11 a.m., and we're going to be talking about Google Analytics 4. If you haven't been alerted recently, Universal or UA Analytics has been deleted. So if you were tracking your website with an old Google Analytics account and you have not upgraded to GA4, this is definitely an episode that you're going to want to watch. We're going to talk about how to upgrade all of the data that's collected in this account and how you can make decisions from that data. This is one of my favorite tools. I'm obsessed with analytics and understanding the data and the story in which it tells about your audience and your website performance. So I'm really excited about this. If you can't make it, that's totally okay. It will be recorded, but I do suggest going in and setting your RSVP for this event. If you have questions and you want to connect one-on-one, feel free. I offer monthly management services as well as training and hourly consulting. But you can go to my website, KaeRaeMarketing.com, to learn more about what I offer. You can also reach out to me at welcome@KaeRaeMarketing.com or check me out on any of the social media platforms with KaeRae Marketing handle. You can go to my website, KaeRaeEducation.com, to learn more about the resources that I've mentioned today and the courses I talked about a little bit. And if you, of course, have questions, you can use either website to contact me so that I can help you get redirected to a resource that will be helpful. All right, so that is the end of our Google Empower Hour today. The recording will be posted shortly, and if you have questions, feel free to comment or post them in the feed. Thank you.